Going to use a straight line, come over here and connect to our front tire. Then we'll come back later and add some details to the tires, but let's get the engine part and the digging part, and then you always start with the big things first and then you work down to the details. So I'm going to come up here for the cab, where the man or the woman who's driving it is going to sit. And we're going to come down here, that's where all the engine part is. This is going to be where the door goes. Okay, now let's draw the front scoop. So let's have a thing coming up like this, and then it goes out like that. Angle lines. Ooh, and look, I'm almost off the page here, so I could have made that go back a little bit, but we're not going to worry about that. I'm going to use a curve line here, and then they have those kind of like spiky things. That's what I'm going to have here. And then the rest of my scoop. Not, okay, so we're working with that. Okay, let's come back here and do our backhoe thing that comes here. Again, we're going to have a big angle line coming up, go down, so we've got our basic situation here with our dirt digger backhoe. Now let's start putting in some details and filling in. So we don't have it, we have circle family, angle families, straight line, angle line. Let's get some dots in here. So we're going to put those in the middle of our wheels. And then I'm going to put a smaller circle inside there, just to make it hopefully look more real. Well, one thing I did before I started this is I looked up pictures of backhoes and dirt diggers. And so that's the best way to, a lot of things we just have in our mind, in our imagination, that we know what they look like. But it really helps to actually look at a picture of the thing that you want to draw. That way, because as I said before, drawing is really about seeing. What are you seeing? So when you look at the picture of the backhoe, then your eye goes back and forth between the picture of the backhoe, and what you're drawing. Okay? So, let's add in here, let's add the guy or gal that's going to be driving. So we're going to make kind of more of a window thing here. I'm going to come up with a straight line, curve back around. That's going to be the back of the seat. And then let's make some gears coming up here that they have to, move all this stuff around with. They don't really have a steering wheel, I don't think. They might, but I think they use gears. And then I'm going to start this person, actually I'm going to start giving them their hard hat. Curve line coming up here, and a curve line for the bottom of for most of their head, and their back, the front part of them, and then we're going to have angle line coming up here, so their hand is going up to the gears. Going to put an eye, come out with a little angle for the nose, curved line. He's hopefully you can see he's smiling. Put a curved line for his ear and a hairline, and let's put those ridges like you have on a hard hat, starting at the very top, and then they come down like that. Okay, so let's get, right now I'm noticing, I don't know if that's quite proportional, but we're going to go with it. So I'm going to put now the horizon line in. So I come here, then I go over here, jump across there, go there, because he's got to be on the ground and have dirt to dig, right? Okay. And in fact, we can make a hole here that he's digging. Okay? So there's where he's digging. And let's make a big pile of dirt where he's piling the dirt up. Okay? So, what else do we want to add here? Oh, let's, now I know these run on hydraulics, but I'm just going to put some, we're going to call these, we're having bolts that are helping all these parts put together. We need a lot of bolts. We can color those in, make them dots. So, I'm going to just put another line there, sort of like I'm outlining this, just to give it more of a sort of depth, that like there's an engine in there. What else? We're going to put a door handle so he can get in and out of his cab. So, yeah, I think we're going to call that good for now. I'm just adding some more, another line there for more of those like claw-like things. What else? I haven't talked about shadows, but shadows make things look real. Everything has shadows. So we could put shadows underneath this digger. And that also is another way of helping it, and there's a shadow under there. Well, he's got a hole under there. All these, it helps all these things look more like they're actually attached onto the ground. Okay, so we could also make like treads. I'm doing little curved lines here. They're going around the tire. Whoop. That can make the tires look, I don't know if I'm going the same way. That helps to make those tires look more like they're three-dimensional rather than flat. Okay, so there's our dirt digger. And hope you can try that out at home. I forgot to say, I hope you've got your pencils and your paper with you. So now, I'm going to set our dirt digger over here. And last time at the second half of the show, I was showing adults and you little guys too about making these type of elliptical circles at all different angles. So we're going to see some things that you can draw with those. So here is something that I think is really neat right now, is we can light candles. We can light candles to remind us of light and our connection with each other, and we can light candles for each other. So let's draw a candle. So we're going to start out with an elliptical. This is a pretty squished down one. And then I'm going to draw a line straight down from there. Now then, this line on the bottom needs to match this same curve. So the curve of that and the curve of that, when they match each other, it makes it look more real, okay? Then let's put a little wick, and let's put a flame. Okay, so we've got a candle. All right, another thing, maybe if adults, I'm talking to you grown-ups, you can still do drive-through right now. And don't we love to go get our lattes or whatever that we can get, and just that nice feeling. Oh, and they have that cardboard thing on there so you don't burn your hand. That nice feeling you get when you're holding that nice warm latte in your hand. Okay. So I'm going to talk about these lines, coming back to those in a minute. Okay, there's another cylinder. And one other thing that hopefully we all, or not hopefully, but is pretty relevant right now, that a lot of people, everyone is concerned about, that we can draw with a cylinder. Here again, we're having our elliptical circle. And this is going to have a center that's going to be actually a dot, an elongated dot. Here again, we come down with our lines, and this line hopefully matching that line. Yeah. Toilet paper. Yeah, okay. So, all right, let's move to you kiddos and see what things you might enjoy making out of cylinders. Okay. So, here's one of the things that I like to do with the cylinder is, I'm starting with my line, up and down lines on this one. Now, on this one, I'm not going to do that top line because this is a building and we're not going to see through it, okay? And this needs to curve a little more. I'm going to have a big angle line up here. And see if you can figure out what this is. We're having like a tower. Let's put a door at the bottom. And a window. Now here again, do you see the bottom of this window? See that line? Here again, it needs to match that line, that curve. I'm going to put a doorknob on there. And this is, you've probably heard of Rapunzel. Is that it? Let down your hair? Okay. So we're going to have Rapunzel up here in the tower. And oh, curvy, long curvies of all her beautiful hair coming down. Okay. Now then, on a building like this, that is a weird looking door. Okay, see how I can kind of straighten those out? Okay. Anytime on these cylinders, let's draw some, like these are made out of stones. The line that's going straight up and down is going to match these lines. The line that's going to show that it's a brick or a stone, it's going to have that curved line. Whoop. And the same for the roof tiles. If we want to have roof tiles, those are going to have curved lines. That makes the whole thing look like it's round. Okay? All right. Now let's turn one of our cylinders on its side. Here come our straight lines. And putting some wheels on here. More wheels. And we've got a tank truck, okay? Could have milk, it could have gasoline, it could have orange juice, who knows what that's going to be carrying. So, and here again, you keep adding whatever little details you want to have. Okay. So one other thing I want to show you, I'm going to go back to these lines, and I'm going to draw a worm that's a cylinder. I'm just doubling it back on itself. So let's put a little smiley face on the worm. So, and you know how they have those segments? We're going to do those curved lines. The reason we do curved lines on all these cylinders, these are called contour lines. That means they follow the shape or the contour of the thing, whatever it is. Now I'm going to draw another worm to hopefully show the point of why we're doing those contour lines. So if I want to do segments on the worm, and I draw them straight, like this, my question to you is, which one of these looks like more like a real worm? So to me, this one does, because those curved lines follow the shape, telling you it's a round worm, a round thing. So, and you could have contour lines here. And if you're going to have a sign that says what this is carrying, notice how this label or sign, it is also going to have this part of it is going to curve. Okay? So, practice your elliptical circles, make them up and down, all different ways, angling, and see what you can come up with to draw for cylinders. And I think that's all for now. Take care. I love you.